You may have wondered whether dogs really understand each other when they bark. You've probably seen your dog bark at another in the park more than once and wondered, what are they saying? At AnimalWised, we answer this question and more about dog language. Let's start with the basics. How do dogs communicate? First of all, we must understand something very important. Dogs don't just communicate with barking. Their language is much richer and more complex. Canine language combines visual expressions. The body speaks volumes. A relaxed tail, loose ears, and a calm posture indicate calmness. Conversely, a rigid body, bristling fur, and a fixed gaze can be signs of aggression. They also use very clear gestures such as the play bow with their chest toward the ground and their tail raised. Auditory signals. This is where barking comes in. It can serve as an alert, a greeting, an invitation to play, or an expression of fear. They also use growls to warn, whimpers to demand attention, howls to communicate from a distance, and sighs or panting as emotional signals. Olfactory signals. Using pheromones and scents, dogs transmit information about their identity, emotional state, or reproductive status. For them, a simple sniff is equivalent to reading a complete profile of the other dog. Barking is just one piece of a complex system that combines sound, visual, and chemical signals. This leads us to ask, do dogs understand each other when they bark? The answer is yes, but with certain nuances. Dogs don't have a language like humans do with words and grammar. They do understand emotions and intentions behind barking. For example, a deep, loud bark like this usually indicates alertness or defense. A high-pitched, quick bark like this can convey excitement or play. A long, repetitive series of barks like this may signal anxiety or insistence. A dog can interpret whether another is nervous, happy, scared, or angry. Based on what they perceive, they decide how to react. This understanding isn't automatic. It depends heavily on socialization. A dog that has lived and played with others learns to interpret signals better. On the other hand, a poorly socialized dog may misunderstand barking and gestures, resulting in conflicts. To better understand the impetus behind a dog's bark, we share a video above and in the description which explains more. How to interpret barking. Context is everything. When a dog barks at another, it doesn't happen in a vacuum. Their message is accompanied by visual cues and the environment in which it occurs. A deep bark with a rigid posture indicates a threat. A short, cheerful bark with a wagging tail and bow conveys an invitation to play. The other dog doesn't translate words, but rather decodes emotion, intent, and contextual conditions. This combination allows them to react appropriately, respond calmly, retreat, bark back, or initiate play. Also, if you're worried about your dog barking a lot at the door, the next video we share explains how to stop it. So yes, dogs understand each other when they bark, but this understanding isn't perfect or automatic. It depends greatly on their communication skills, their socialization history, and the clarity of the visual and olfactory cues that accompany the bark. Tell us in the comments if your dog is a barker or whether they prefer to communicate in other ways. Check out the playlist we share here to learn more about what a dog's behavior is trying to tell us, and we'll see you next time.